So, readers and listeners are usually really curious about a writer's process.
Mm.
How did you approach the actual writing of your book?
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm just going to be vulnerable because I only speak truth and authenticity. And so I think I went about this in a really hard way. The way that I chose to go about it is that I first set out to write the manuscript, the first draft, by stream of consciousness. What I felt in my heart is that if I created an outline, with the sections and the chapters and the subheadings, and then I tried to fit everything that I was thinking and feeling into that, it would have been harder for me to land at what I felt really, really good about. So I chose stream of consciousness first. Well, lo and behold, in my first round of editing, that's where, you get the editorial letter, not actual edits in your document. But the editor said in her letter, here's what you've done well. You're a compelling writer, but here's what you need to do well in like the 90% of your manuscript. And a big, big portion of that was write the outline and fit everything into the outline. As I tried to do that, writing the outline was not hard. Fitting the content I'd already written into it was almost impossible. And so
Mm.
I ended up scrapping most of my first draft and starting over.
You mentioned that in your recent newsletter. So, what was that like having to walk away from that first draft and start again?
Oh, it was like, it was sad. It was infuriating. It was depressing. It was stressful. I mean, it was really, really hard to move through. I mean, I think I said in my newsletter, like I cried for like 3 hours straight. And I was also alone. I purposely went to Sedona, Arizona to work on that piece of the project for 5 days. And it's actually a good thing I was alone. I needed to be in my own headspace.
Hmm.
But once I came to the realization that it's okay, that I now have clarity because I know exactly what I want this book to be. And I now have this vision of where it's going that is just more profound than I even thought it could be. I held on to that and I just
Hmm.
started writing from there.
Yeah.
So it was painful at first, but then it got better.
And hopefully, you held on to the positive feedback too.
Yeah.
The fact that you were a great writer and you had a professional editor telling you that you're a really compelling writer.
Yeah. That's a good point. Not at first, but I got back to that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
cool.